Welcome back to another Watch Me Wholesale episode. The way this works is I'm going to randomly choose a market, then I'm going to find a distressed property for sale, analyze it and crunch the numbers, and then call and make an offer. All that and more coming up.
This video is brought to you by 10K Club, a program that pays you $10,000 for finding ugly houses. Learn more at my10kcheck.com.
If you're new here, I'm Jerry Norton, and I went from dead broke to millionaire flipping real estate. And after doing 1,000 deals, I created this channel to help you master the art of wholesaling and flipping so you can live your dream life. Be sure to subscribe and click the bell icon to get notified when new videos are released. Okay, let's go ahead and click the spin button, and we're gonna randomly choose our market. Let's see who the winner is. Fargo, North Dakota. Let's look for a deal. Okay guys, so I'm on Zillow right now, and this is going to be challenging because North Dakota is one of the 12 non-disclosure states, which, if you don't know what that means, it means that they're not required by law to report the sales results or the sales information. Now, what that means then is it means when we comp a property, it's really difficult. It's easy to find stuff for sale, but then when things sell, they don't have to report that information, meaning it's difficult to comp. I'll show you kind of how I'm gonna hopefully be able to manage that and get around that a little bit. But here we go, we're in North Dakota. I've got it pulled up on Zillow. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over here to the tab called More. Well, first of all, let's go to Home Type and let's just look at homes. So we'll uncheck these other boxes. And then I'm gonna go over here to More. I'm gonna put days on Zillow. Let's just go back 6 months. I just wanna see 6 months worth of data. And right here where it says keywords, I'm gonna put in a keyword that is gonna filter out and find me listings just with that keyword. And I created a master list of like a couple hundred different keywords that you can try. But what you have to do here is you have to try a keyword, see what it finds, but it's gonna filter through all of the actives and find properties that match that keyword. So like for example, TLC, cash, investment, investor. One of my favorites I use all the time is fixer, like fixer upper. That's a common used keyword. And here we go, I found one in Fargo under the keyword fixer, which sometimes one is all it takes. Let's take a look at this property. 69,000, it's been listed for 21 days. So it's not brand new. It didn't sell immediately. 69, it's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, and they're calling it 1,300 square feet. Now, let me kind of make sure something's clear here. These houses over here are on basements, and what they do in North Dakota, unlike a lot of other markets, is they count the basement square footage in the total. So it can be kind of deceiving. This thing is not really 1,300, I bet it's 650. So, and I know that because they're calling it a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, and look how tiny it is. So I know right away looking at this thing that it is not 1,300 square feet above grade. It's probably 650 above grade and 650 below grade to get us to that number. And I'll just confirm that real quick here. I'm gonna go down to the information and let's see if it tells me total structural area, 1,332. Yeah, look at finished area above grade, 666. So 666 square feet, that's a tiny house. And let's see if there's any pictures that kind of show us what's going on. So little deck, there's our driveway, back of the thing. Houses all around, like right on here. There's a shed, but no garage. And look at this. This is a complete rehab that needs floors. These cabinets are ancient, appliances. All this needs redone. But it's tiny, so you know this thing would cost. I would budget 20. Let's see our basement now. So we come down in the basement. Yeah. So kind of look at this. Kind of like old basement. There's our washer and dryer down there. I mean, look at, there's like old beams in here. I mean, who knows if this thing is structurally solid or not, but that's our basement. So there's our house. I'm gonna go now to my deal analyzer tool. As you can see here, this is a digital or an online tool that is a calculator, helps you run all of your numbers. And I'll give this to you for free. So you have this, it's really cool. You just plug in information, it runs all the math for you, no guessing, and it's super cool. You can save it, make notes, and I'll give it to you for free, mydealanalyzer.com to download that now. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put in here 13, what was our square footage? 1332. 1332. We don't know what our sale price is yet till we comp it. I'm gonna put 20,000 as our rehab number. And so I'll put that in there. Now let's go look at some comps. So there's our property. I'm gonna go ahead and right click on that tab and duplicate it and then close down the second one. And there's our market, right? So we're right here. Let me zoom in a bit. Where'd we go? We're right here in this Roosevelt by Broadway. So let's remember that. Let me zoom in a little closer. So there we are, kind of right in here. Whoops. We're kind of right in here. Now I'm going to switch this to solds. I want to tell it I just want to see stuff in the past 6 months. And I'm going to put a 2-bedroom filter in here since I just want to look at, I got rid of a bunch of them. Home type, let's get rid of everything else other than bedrooms. And this is where the fun part happens because we're going to have really terrible data because it's non-disclosure. Okay, so anything else I want to add in here? Oh, let's put basement. I think oh, that got rid of it. So let's just not put basement. For some reason it got rid of everything. Okay, so here we are. We're right in this area. Here's an 1,100 square foot one. Here's an 1,800 square foot one, which means it's 900 above grade. So it's bigger than ours, but look how nice it is. Cute little yard, kind of like, it's not a rehab. This is livable or lived in. Older cabinets, but super clean. Now, what did it sell for? Who knows? Because they didn't report it. The Zestimate's given it 143. But what I do want to do is I'm going to go down here and look at the price history. So it was listed for 137, and then it was removed. And then it's showing sold like, a month later or whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and say this thing probably sold for around list, around 135, 130. We don't know, but I'm just kind of gathering enough data. It sold pretty quick. It was listed for 137. So let's say 130 as a price on that one, a little bigger than ours. Here's one that's even bigger, 1,900 square feet. Just looking at pictures, it's not a rehab. It's got a little garage, that's a bonus. And let's see what this thing was listed for and stuff. So listed for 165, sold a month later. So this one did really well too, 150, 160. What we got units up there. What do we got over here? Another 1,800 square foot one right over here. Oh, this is nice. Looks like a rehab sort of. I mean, it looks like staging, maybe not. And this one got, let's kind of guess on this one. Yeah, pretty recent, 169, removed at 169. So I think these nice 2-bedrooms around the neighborhood that are big and like nice, more than just 650, but more like 1,000 or 1,200 kind of 2-bedrooms look like they're selling for around 140 to 150, maybe 160. So it gives me an idea. Now ours is going to get nowhere near that because it's tiny, no garage, so I'm going to say, I don't know, 115 I think is a good ARV. So if I put this thing at let's put it at, I'm going to go with 115 as a back end. Yeah, 87 bucks a foot. That's kind of where those other ones were. 20,000 rehab. I'm going to say a flipper is going to want to make at least 20 grand. So I'm going to bump this up a little bit. I'm going to keep my closing costs at 8%. I normally go with 8 or 9%. I'm going to keep my carrying costs at 5%. I normally go with 5 or 6% there. And so that means a flipper would pay like 59. That's not bad. Assuming these numbers 59, they're asking 65. So a flipper could come in here, buy this thing for 59, spend 20, maybe sell it for 114. Now I've got some doubts on that 114 number that might be pushing it a little bit just because it's not that great of a house in comparison to the other ones in the neighborhood. So let's say we want to wholesale this deal. I'm going to go ahead and put a $10,000 wholesale. That drops me down to 49. So if I buy this for 49, I think I could wholesale it for, maybe we'll put 15 just to be, let's put 15 on this thing. 44. So if I could buy this thing for around 40, 44, I should be able to wholesale it for 10, 15 more to a flipper around 50, 55. He's going to spend 20, sell it for 115. Everybody wins. So I'm going to run with those numbers. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to look up this agent. Let's see where it had his name here. So I'm going to scroll right here. It's listed by Doug Madsen, and I'm going to look up his number right now, give him a call, and see where we can go with this deal. Now, this is my double dip strategy where I call directly to the listing agent, tell him I'm a cash buyer investor looking to make an offer. I'll let you write the offer for me. That way he gets, hopefully is excited about getting double commission and do this deal and help me get this deal. So let's call Doug right now, see what happens.
Hello, this is Doug.
Hi, Doug. This is Jerry. How are you?
Good.
Good. Thanks for being available. Calling you about 10th Avenue.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so looking at that as possibly a flip. I'm not sure if that's a good move or not. What do you think?
We've had, it needs a lot of work, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
It needs at least, 20, 30,000, but I mean, what do you get for 100,000 nowadays? But, and it's so damn small of a lot that, yeah, we had a full price offer right away, and then the guy backed out. We were dealing with a kind of an unethical agent, is how I put it. Mm-hmm. And then we had another pretty good offer, and then I don't know, I think he was going to flip it too, and then we were just $1,400 apart. The guy walked away, so that wasted 2 weeks of my time on this.
What was that offer for? Like ask price?
No, he was only like 5,000 under ask price.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, and then so he was 6,000, and he was 6,400 under, and we said, well, okay, we'll let it go for 65, and then he did no, so over $1,400 he didn't want it. It was a young guy, go get her. And
yeah.
I thought, well, yeah, he'll he looked at the house and he thought, I don't know, 1,400. I didn't think that was so.
So those two fell through in the 3 weeks that it's been on the market.
Yep.
Gotcha.
It fell through on Friday. Yeah, on Friday. So the first one, pretty much it was full price offer, and then he said something, and then he wanted us to knock 15,000 off the price. Yeah, I don't think so. That's kind of unethical the way you're dealing this.
Oh, yeah, kind of like a come back and beat you up after you have a contract.
Yeah. You get time to inspect it. Okay, do your inspection. Well, I mean, I got records of when people go in and out of that house to get the key. He never even went back there and inspected it. He just wanted another $15,000.
Yeah.
Because they can legal. I guess that's
Mm-hmm.
But I just
not too cool.
That wasted eight days of our 8 days on the market, and then the other guy came with an offer right away, and we were just $1,400.
Yeah.
What? I said, okay, buy that other $69,000 house. He said, which one's that? I said, there isn't any.
Yeah, no inventory. That's funny.
I think.
What do you think it'll sell for? What if I spend 30 fixing this thing up? What is this thing going to sell for?
Gosh,
120.
Boy, that'd be tough.
115. I think 115 maybe he's pushing it.
I think you're right too. I mean,
it's tiny. It's 644. Like upstairs, right?
Yeah, and the lot is, and the basement is almost too low of a ceiling to.
Yeah.
And then the lot is so damn small. I mean, we could have got, if it was a normal size 50 by 150 lot, we could have got 60.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, Doug, like for it to make sense is probably more like 40, 45 on a buy.
And we already turned down, 55, I guess.
You turned down a 55 offer?
Well, that was, that full price offer.
Then the 15 knockoff. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
And so and they think they got something that people, and then it's Rufus, come here.
Well, so here's what I'm thinking, Doug. I'm unrepresented. I'd let you, represent me and write the offer. Are you able to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Do you mind? I know it's a long shot, might be a waste of time, but do you mind just doing a verbal and saying you got another buyer, but he's at, he needs to be at like around 40?
Yeah. Okay.
I know it's a long shot, but I don't know.
Yeah.
If anything, it'll help you get a price reduction.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, but this my guy, he's 82 years old. He's in Arizona. He's tough to get hold of. Sometimes he takes off in his 4-wheeler for a day and doesn't bring his phone with him. So, but I got your phone number now, and your first name again was
Jerry.
Jerry. Okay, Jerry. I'll try and give him a call tonight and see what he says.
Yeah. Tell him 40. Maybe I can come up a little bit more, but I need to be kind of around that 40, 42, 43. Just because of, like you said, low basement ceiling, small. I mean, it's only 644 square feet, small lot.
Yeah.
Like there's some nice comps. There's some nice 2-bedroom comps over there that are, but they're like 1,000 livable square footage, good floor plans,
Yeah.
nice yards.
Yeah.
And those things will get.
I showed him those comps. I said, yeah, I agree with you kind of. So.
I mean, they're selling for 140, 150 kind of numbers, but they're different houses.
Yeah. I mean, this house is structurally sound. It's pretty solid house. But,
Okay. Yeah.
But it just needs to be painted up pretty good. I mean, it's
Yeah, kitchen, bath, flooring, carpet, or paint.
Yep.
Okay, sounds good. Well, then let's do that, Doug. If you could get a hold of him, give him that verbal. If he says put it in writing, then you can help me write it up, and we'll see what he says. Okay. Thank you, sir. Talk to you soon. Bye. Okay, so guys, even in a non-disclosure state like North Dakota, I had a really hard time getting my head around some of those comps because I don't have all of the information on Zillow. But like I kind of showed you, I got a ballpark idea of what some of those 2-bedroom homes in the neighborhood are selling for, and they have nice floor plans. I mean, you can look at the pictures and see, okay, I get it. Nice big living room, open kitchen, and 2 bedrooms or whatever. But it's more like 1,000 livable feet above grade versus ours 644. He mentioned tiny lot. I didn't really catch that initially, although it's clear now when you look at pictures how small that lot is. So I love getting agents to kind of help me understand the numbers. He mentioned 20 to 30 in rehab. I have it down at 20. I mean, it's not going to be hard to rehab a 644 square foot house, right? We'll paint the basement, but that's really pretty easy rehab, even with kitchen and new cabinets and everything. So 20,000 on a rehab. I think a flipper is going to want to make somewhere around, 20 grand at least. Like, what's the point otherwise? And it was really interesting having him share with me what other investors were thinking that he had dealt with so far, because that guy that kind of did that bait and switch and came in full price and then asked for 15,000, even that he puts him at 55. So if I get it for 40 and I know there's a flipper at 55, that confirms to me that 40 is a really good number for a wholesale deal. Get it for 40. I can turn around and move this deal for 50, 55 because he already told me that that's where a flipper was at. So that's why talking to these agents and getting them to just kind of share like that can be so helpful. And they had one fall through at 60 something. So anyway, 40-45 is a good number to wholesale this thing for 10 or 15. And guys, I hope you found this really helpful. Again, I'll give you the deal analyzer tool for free. Just go to mydealanalyzer.com. And if you do this and you follow what I teach here on the Wholesale Show, this strategy, and you go after like an on-market deal just like this in your market, I'm actually looking for fix and flip deals. If it fits my criteria, I'll buy that house and I'll pay you $10,000 for every deal you bring me. It's a finder program I have That's really cool. You should definitely check it out. Just go to my10kcheck.com. You register for a free training where I share all the details about it. And if that sounds like something that's exciting for you, find deals for me, get paid $10,000. I'll be your buyer. It's really awesome. Then be sure to check that out. Again, my10kcheck.com to register for a free training. If you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe to the channel. This is the #1 channel on YouTube for all things wholesaling and flipping. And I'll see you on the next video.